It has come to my attention that a lot of people don't know what persuasion is. Specifically, the persuasion technique of authority that you all have heard Robert Cialdini write about and other people quote him on, that authority is one of the 7 or possibly 8 pillars of persuasion. Well, authority is something like, why do we have to do that, Dad? Because I said so. Okay, is that really persuasive or is that coercive? Well, obviously it's coercive. It's, this person's in a position to do things to me that feel bad if I don't do what they say. That's not persuasion. That's manipulation. That's win-lose. We want to define persuasion as win-win. So by authority, perhaps we mean expert. As in, this is the person who demonstrates with credentials and publications and whatnot that they are experts because, say I'm getting lost in it. An expert is an expert because they have the facts. Well, how do they have all the facts? Well, because they're the expert. Oh, shoot. See how that turned out for you? Yeah, okay. What is often missing from authority, and yet internet marketers understand this, particularly in health, wellness, fitness, and dieting, is before versus after. From an authority persuasion perspective, the lie of authority is, do it because I said so. The truth of authority is, here's my before versus after picture, and here's proof they're real. And furthermore, here's additional proof that the before became the after by doing what I said, and therefore you should do the same. It is biblical persuasion. There's an expression, go and do likewise. Anyone who's a Christian or even possibly Jewish might have familiarity with that phrase. Go and do likewise. That is authority persuasion. That is practicing what you preach. And oftentimes, anti-persuasive parenting is not that. It's do what I say, not what I do. Why do I have to do that? Because you're the kid, I'm the adult. That is anti-persuasion. That's, I'll get back at you, Dad, if I can get a chance. Not what we want to have as examples in our homes. And so your authority is based on you following your own advice and proving that it works. And not just proving that it works, but showing how well it worked for you and others. So every fitness expert or fitness authority, to use those words again, is such. Yes, they might have credentials. Yes, they might have degrees. Yes, they might have these things. But what they have are before and after photos. Here's a photo of me before I began practicing what I am now preaching, and before I preached it. Here's a photo of me after. If you're a woman, you go from a 3 to an 8. If you're a dude, you go from virgin to Chad. Right? You go from single and ain't ready to mingle to a blazing hot marriage everyone envies and asks you secret advice that's not safe for work. 4, on how to recreate that dynamic in their own relationship, their own long-term relationship or their own marriage. And so our new understanding of authority, based on that, it's the leader is the leader and the followers are the followers. The followers are attracted to the leader. They say, you are my leader, tell me what to do. There's not coercion required. There's not manipulation required. You understand this dynamic, what I'm talking about, right? You don't have to say, I'm in charge here, so do what I say. No, you're leading. You're setting the example, you're doing the thing. And I think particularly these sort of patriarchy, Chad bro, alpha male pick-up artist, manosphere, masculine, manly men are often getting wrong is that women are supposed to X. My kids are supposed to X. They'll say things like, your standards are whatever behavior you accept. Right? That is, I believe, a misinterpretation of the authority persuasion technique, which is, I'm the loudest, I'm the strongest, I'm in charge here. Exercising hard power. And in the past, that was certainly the case. Legally, the man was the head of the household. That hard power has been significantly diminished. And now the man is the servant of the household. From a legal perspective, talk to any divorce attorney, anyone who's been through that experience. That's just the way that it is. This is not a complaint or a critique of that. It's an acknowledgement. And so now soft power from a man is more important than anything, and it has ever been before. Soft power. That is influence, persuasion, authority. You are the authority. If you follow your own advice, you can prove you're doing that, and you've been doing it, and it's working for you, and it's also working for other people, and has brought them from a before to an after, point A to point B. They can see how well it's worked. That's a whole new understanding of authority. And by the way, soft power is more powerful than hard power, oftentimes. Now, hard power is the IRS doesn't like what they see on your tax return, they throw you in prison. But nobody likes the IRS. You presumably want your spouse and kids to like you, to want to be around you, not to eject you from their lives and spend time with you and cheat on you, or abandon you to a nursing home when you're 60. Okay, boomer. Probably don't want that. So I think that there's a cope that has been built around that, which is, I'm your parent, not your friend. Don't be your kid's friend. And while you definitely are not a peer to your child, you want them to see you as their authority, their leader, their guide, as their dad, their mom. Like, not as someone who's like as flippant as a playmate, of course. But is the best way to do that to say, I'm in charge here, I'm the boss, I bought it, I'm the head of the household, obey me, respect me, submit. In a world of infinite options, does that make sense to do that persuasion technique? No, it's not persuasion, it's coercion, it's manipulation. It will work on the weak-minded and weak-willed, and those with no other options, certainly. But is that wife or child going to say, I've taken in this enough for a while, I can get better treatment elsewhere? You know exactly what they're going to choose. The soft power of tough influence. Influence that's irresistible, that's irrevocable. That is you following your own advice. Whatever you tell your kids to do, you better be doing it. And you better be demonstrating how it's changed you for the better, and that they can see that they can be wowed by your results. So that they can say, reading your sales page of your life, wow, where do I sign up? Where do I put in my credit card? And I obviously don't mean credit card, you know what I mean. I think that's what's missing from talk of authority. I'm the boss, I'm in charge here, do as I say. Versus the thing I want you to do, I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start modeling that. Now it can be helpful to point out why you're doing that versus just start doing it. It's okay to announce what you're doing, what you're going to be doing, why you're going to be doing it, and giving updates along the way, certainly. Think of those as milestones or as markers of, wow, that thing that he said he wants us to start doing as a family, he's actually doing it himself. He didn't wait on permission from us, because leaders don't wait for permission, they just do, right? If you think you're the leader of anything and you wait on permission, you're not the leader, because whoever can give permission is the leader. Think about that. So if you just start doing the thing that you want your underlings or those you were responsible for to do as well, don't wait. Don't wait for their agreement. Don't wait for their permission. Don't wait for their consent to come along with you and do it. Just start doing it. Maybe that's you doing it solo. Maybe you want your spouse to work out with you regularly because you want them to be in better shape for you. Well, are you 12% body fat? No? Okay, you're in better shape than the other person, but you're not. Okay, you want them to be hotter for you? Okay, are you hotter for them? No? Not even close? Then you know what to do. Yeah, but let's do it together. No. Are you the leader or are you the follower? That's the way that it is. The authority doesn't wait for permission. If you're waiting for consent, if you're waiting for agreement, if you're waiting for validation, if you're waiting on anything that is a green light for you to start doing something for yourself, you are by definition not the leader. I think I've said my piece for today. I think you're going to come away from this knowing exactly what you need to do now. So, go do it. Go do it.